Check. 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 Check.
That's yours.
That's me?
Yeah.
Alright.
You can just leave it for now.
Okay, yeah. I'll take that.
Check. 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 Check.
Alright. So it's been going pretty well? Oh. So you got the good stuff tonight.
Yeah. I just get discombobulated, you know what I mean? Like starting at 5:30. Like,
Yeah.
that was rough. Like, I was sweating, going crazy. 'Cause I don't like to miss anything.
No, I know. So you weren't set up in time to start the beginning of the JV game?
I got here at 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
which would have given me 15 minutes.
Right.
For the varsity or the JV match to start.
Right.
Nobody said anything to me. Nobody told me. And I'm
Yeah.
getting my stuff in at 5 o'clock. Like somebody could have said something.
Right. I don't know why they switched it. Oh, okay, good. Good. And in order. Nice. You have some too?
No, that's for.
Okay, all right. All right.
Are there two there?
No. That's right. You know what? I have. Well, I could probably pop this out of here. It's the same. Right? Yeah. What's easier for you? Because you usually are the ones calling names. Would it be better if you could see this one?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and I'll keep this one. And then is there two here? There's only one here, but I have them, and I can just go off of what you're talking about. So that's fine. So I'll give you this and this. I thought I did all that work for the last time we had Franklin when at Plum and had all that stuff, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I usually save everything. But, all right. I talked to Rachel for a little bit. They ran into a little bit of a rough spot there. They lost to Plum, obviously, and then Indiana. Plum did the opposite. They've been skyrocketing
Yeah,
since.
they're the first team to qualify.
Yeah, and Kiski's kind of, they won the ones they're supposed to win, and they had tough times with the ones that are difficult. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kiski Area High School here in Vandergrift, Pennsylvania for this evening's presentation of WPIAL Class 3A Section 1 Varsity Volleyball featuring the Kiski Area Cavaliers and the visiting Franklin Regional Panthers. My name is Josh Schreckengoss, joined alongside Tim Toy, founder of the We Serve First Foundation. Tim, great to have you back.
I can't wait to get this one started.
Had a little nice vacay up in the northeast there, doing some hiking up in New Hampshire.
Yep. It was beautiful up there. Fall has arrived in New Hampshire, and it was very colorful and a lot of hard hikes.
Can only imagine that fall foliage. Sure, it looks beautiful up there in the northeast. But tonight we have a strong matchup here with the Kiski Area Cavaliers and the Franklin Regional Panthers. Tim, you got some playoff possibilities for us.
Absolutely. Tonight, there's a chance that things could get shuffled a little bit. Kiski Area right now currently in 4th in Section 1 3A. Franklin in a tie for 2nd with Indiana, and the surprising Plum Mustangs in 1st place right now at 9-1.
Yeah, the Plum Mustangs, first team out of this section to qualify for the WPIAL playoffs. As you said, surprising a little bit. We got to see them live here at Kiski about 10 days ago.
We did, and they looked strong. They looked very strong. They have 6 solid positions. They don't have a weak spot, So they're gonna qualify. Well, they did qualify, and they're gonna make some noise.
So what will we expect tonight out of the Cavaliers and the Panthers?
Well, I tell you what, I think it's going to be an even matchup. I really think we could see a long match tonight. Kiski Area, what they need to do tonight to contend with Franklin Regional is they need to serve strong, make sure that they keep Franklin out of system, because Franklin has some kids, some girls that can put the ball away. So if they can make Franklin setter move and put them out of system, then they'll be in a good spot to really do a good job tonight. And for Franklin, I think the opposite is kind of true. If they can pass well, we saw them struggle passing the other night. And if they can pass well and stay in system, then they'll be the ones that have the best chance tonight.
Well, that is the one thing that I have learned this season, doing some games with you, how integral passing is to a team's success ratio. And the teams that pass the best, well, they generally win.
They do. And passing and playing defense, it's part of one of the most exciting parts of this game to me. I love to see kids going after the ball on the floor and picking balls up that they probably shouldn't. It's really something that can turn a game around. And honestly, that's the one thing I see out of this Kiski team that is their strong suit, is they play tenacious defense, and they've been passing very well in the matches that we've got the chance to see.
And setting up those passes for hitters like Abigail Johns, our We Serve First Foundation player of the match last week in that home victory over Penn Hills. Going to see her tonight again as well, Tim.
Yeah. Kiski's normal starters, they have everybody in the lineup tonight. They should have a strong lineup. I think Coach McCartney has some good problems to solve with trying to figure out what her lineup's going to look like, because she's got everybody back, everybody strong. It should be a great match.
And a bit of a homecoming here on the Franklin Regional sideline for Coach Fry. Tell me a little bit about that, Tim.
Yeah, Rachel Fry played here at Kiski. She told me earlier today that this was going to be an emotional evening for her. This is the first time she's been back in this gym as a coach. And I know Rachel went through everything with us. She was one of our strong players back in those days. And she's also a really good coach. This is her first year, but she's not new to coaching. She's been coaching club for a while. I think her youth is what makes her really important aspect. It's an important aspect of how she'll coach this team, because she's closer to understanding the things that they're going through right now. So I think Rachel's going to do a wonderful job as a coach. I know she is. She's just a terrific person.
A lot of great storylines here, right here on High Top Sports Network. This evening's presentation of WPIAL Class 3A Varsity Volleyball, a match that is very important when it comes to the playoff seedings out of this section. We expect to see a good one tonight. My name is Josh Rengost, along with Tim Toy, here at the beautiful press box. Kiski Area High School, one of my favorite places from which to broadcast. We are about to pause for the national anthem and the starting lineups. Tim and I will be right back.
Inside of the Kiski area facilities. We now ask that you please rise, gentlemen, and remove your hats as we salute our country with the singing of our national anthem by Jackson Newell and Lexi Cleave.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose light shows and bright stars through the glare of the sky. O'er the ramparts we watch, where so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glow, the bombs bursting in air, they flew through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the brave?
Nice rendition of the Star Spangled Banner right there, Tim. Two Kiski area students didn't catch the names, but a very nice rendition of our national anthem.
Kiski's music department always presents some students here to do the national anthem. I really love it when they do that. It's really cool to have the students involved in that way.
Yeah, and one great thing that we have here on High Talk Sports Network during Kiski area football games, we let the bands go, and I'll tell you what, it's like a college band out there, Tim. They are doing maneuvers, and the sound is just so perfect.
Yeah, Kiski's band is amazing, and they have been for a long time. The music department here at Kiski's top notch, for sure.
A junior, Mary Whiteford. And number 16, a junior, Alexa Yankowski. Appears to be coached by Lindsay and Taylor Solo.
And that was the Franklin Regional starting lineup. Here we go. Cavaliers about to be introduced on their home court. Maddie Joyce, we've seen her a couple of times, Tim, and just a tremendous defensive player. Very, very good at digging those balls out and passing them forward.
I love watching Maddie play. She really reads the positions really well. She sees the court. It's really a good student of the game.
Abby Johns, the sophomore, last week our player of the match. Going to look for her to be involved in the offense.
Number 14, Lacey Sopranos. Number 17, Alyssa Wygan.
Kiski area, they announce a lot of players, and the reason is they use a lot of players. Coach Jody McCartney, she empties the bench. A lot of kids getting chances to do big things here.
And if you are watching at home, you're going to see both teams in pink tonight. The pink out to benefit Chemo Comfort Totes. This Kiski program gives away. Tim, you and I were talking a little bit off the air about those Chemo Comfort Totes.
Yeah, this program's been going for about 3 years. In memory of one of the teachers here at Kiski area. They put together these totes, these chemo totes, They supply them with everything you need when you're going through chemotherapy, and they're really, really a godsend for people that are struggling and fighting cancer.
And there are basket raffle tickets tonight. Sponsor a bag for $35, or make a donation. Keynote Comfort Totes, or made in memory of Kiski area teacher Carolyn Carr. The totes will be distributed around Christmas time to cancer patients in area hospitals. So just a great program here. One thing that I've gotten to really appreciate about this Kiski area program, this volleyball program in particular, community outreach.
Yeah, they do a wonderful job. Coach McCartney is a teacher in the elementary school. She sees most of these kids come up through. She's familiar with them from when they're younger kids, and it's kind of a nice thing. They feed this program because she's such an active member of the community and such a good teacher.
Well, the libero, Maddie Joyce, the only one not in pink, here to start.
Yeah, the rules wouldn't allow it. Franklin's libero is wearing white tonight. They have their pink on as well, which is really nice to see them come out and support the cause. Oddly, I think Plum had their pink out night with Franklin. Franklin has their pink out night with Kiski. And so, yeah, it's really wonderful to see the month of October celebrated and honored in this way. The pink outs and Dig Pink are amazing what they've accomplished.
So we are going to get it underway here. Opening serve upcoming at the line, number 16, Lexa Yankowskis. And a kill right there for the Cavaliers. So quick start for Kiski, up 1-0, side out.
Good first pass on the money. Gave Sydney Joyce a lot of options, and she went to her outside. Put it away. Big opening in the middle of the court.
That is going to be off the antenna, but called a point here for the Cavaliers.
One of the things that will be frustrating for Franklin all night is how tough Kiski area serves and how they keep them out of the system.
That is long. Attack error for the Panthers. Kiski out quickly to a 3-0 lead.
Sydney Joyce starts serving for Kiski, and you know why. Because she's just a strong server.
And another one into the net right there by Franklin Regional. So another point goes to Cavaliers. 4-0. And that's an ace. Joyce to the back row right there. Great placement on her serves so far. And went over where the Panthers were expecting right there, Tim.
Yeah, Sydney Joyce pushed that one long. It floated, it knuckled, and it dropped right on the line. Let's see if she goes short here.
And short right there by the Panthers. Number 11, Cameron Marcus, coming up short of the net. So another point to Kiski, 6-0 to start this first set. And finally, Panthers on the board. Nice kill there by number 10, Riley Ruane.
Riley is one of their kill leaders. I expect we're going to call her name a lot tonight.
And long service error, number 33 right there. That's Sydney Breakreutz. I think we went over that name a couple of times, Tim.
Yes, we did. I let you say it all the time.
So Joyce to the line here for the Cavaliers. Get that serve right back. Oh, way long right there on the attack. Number 11, Cora Coleman, just could not get the angle right there, Tim.
Now she floated under the ball, and the trajectory is off a little bit because of it. But I saw some good things there. Kiski is keeping Franklin out of system, as we expected they might try. Franklin's got to pass better.
Number 2 at the line for the Panthers, Carly Ramchandran. And a kill falls in right there off the block. That one will drop. Ella Evans with the strike. Ends up for a point for the Panthers. And an ace right there for Ramchandran. Kind of got in front of Joyce a little bit right there, misplayed.
A little miscommunication between Joyce and Polka there. Just a little chatter by Polka threw Joyce off.
Trying to send a free ball across was Madeline Polka, and that one sails out of bounds. So now Franklin Regional within 2, 7-5. And long by Ramchandran, service error. So much needed point right there for the Cavaliers.
Game of runs. A little bit of a run to get started for Kiski, and then Franklin comes back with one of their own.
Well, that's one thing that, Tim, that you kind of explained to me. It's a game of mini runs. It's runs with inside each set.
There are games inside the game, for sure. You play every point as if it's its own game.
Nice block right there in front, number 20, Abby Johns. She's going to get a chance right now. Ramchandran with the dig into the net, double hit. So Abby Johns able to make something happen there on the offensive end. Franklin Regional unable to play it out of the net.
Kiski passing is on right now. That's going to make it a lot easier for them.
Johns again going to take a strike, but will be long. Out of bounds on the backside, so point will go to the Panthers. They will have service. 9-6. Right now, Cavaliers lead.
Looks like they were asking for a touch and then called.
Brooke Fiorini will serve for the Panthers. That's going to count. Right there, Johns, quick thought. Took a swing and hit it into the back row. Panthers had kind of sucked up to the net, Tim.
Overpass by the Panthers. Abby Johns was licking her chops on that one. Couldn't wait to get a swing. She stepped back, put that one away. Great swing.
Oh, and Johns comes up short right there. Don't think that's exactly where Joyce wanted to place that one, Tim.
No, it was off the net a little bit. Tough place for Johns to handle it. She didn't reach high. Didn't reach high and make contact high in her swing.
Good serve right there, number 5, Ella Evans. And that point will go to the Panthers. Evans, a strong serve to start that one.
Things tightening up a little bit now.
Well, John's a little tip. Drops it in, finds a weak spot in that Franklin Regional defense. And we'll get the point.
I like seeing what Coach McCartney's doing here. She's using Cora Coleman as a back row setter. That gives her a chance to use Sid Joyce as a hitter. And Sydney Joyce has a good swing, so that's a good thing for Kiski.
Very back row right there, played by the Panthers. And that point will go to Franklin Regional. Not sure what the call was, Tim. I didn't see it.
Double hit. Ball got to Cora Coleman a little bit sooner than I think she expected it to. And she just slapped at it a little bit. Proper call by the official.
And right there at the net, able to make that play, Rylan Ruane for the Panthers.
Good battles so far. This is going to be a lot of fun, I think, tonight.
And an ace right there. Kiski area unable to handle that serve from number 4, Julia Cabrera. And that is long. So Franklin Regional on top for the first time in this set, Tim.
Yeah, first lead of the night for Franklin. Let's see if they can hold on.
Good rally ends with Sydney Joyce able to play it perfectly off that block, and it just dropped right to the court.
You can see there why Sydney Joyce is a valuable hitter. She's a smart player. She could play every position. I really like her game.
Really good rally here. Both teams not giving an inch. Wow, talk about a very well-contested point. Ends up for the Panthers as that attack, falls short into the net.
Josh, don't make me do this. This is your job.
I know, seriously, I'm sorry. It's allergy season, folks. Anybody out there with seasonal allergies? That serve into the net. We are tied again at 13.
I'm going to go back to that previous point with the long rally. You can see both teams just bettering the ball, getting it in a better position to attack. It was really fun to watch.
will fall in. So a kill right there for Carly Kuhn, number 16 on the Kiski side. Cavaliers back on top by a point. Out of bounds right there. Good serve by Sydney Joyce. Wow, great swing in the middle by number 22, Bryn Byers. And that made that point possible, Tim.
Yep. Bryn's a strong middle hitter. She's a good blocker. She's really doing a nice job tonight.
Well, this match was tied at 12 apiece, Tim. Since then, 5-1 run by the Cavaliers.
Yeah, another long run for the Kiski area Cavaliers, and no surprise, we've gone around one time, and Sydney Joyce is at the serving position. She's the one who started this.
And Kuhn will be long out of bounds on that far sideline. Finally, mercifully for the Panthers. Kiski makes a mistake right there, side out to Franklin Regional. And that will fall in. Kill right there for the Cavaliers. A little miscommunication, I think, on the Franklin Regional side there.
I think they thought it was going to be out. Lacey Sopranos with a back row attack, and she put it in just the right place.
Madeline Joyce at the line right now for Kiski. Good set. Looked like there was contact, but no call. Thought Ella Evans might have got a.
Sure. I thought she did too. And I thought she actually showed a little bit of a guilty look.
Well, that's the only reason I called that, because immediately she put her hands down and walked away.
Touch.
And long right there on the attack. Isabella Ondish cannot find it. Back to a 2-point match here in the first set. Into the net and short. So that one will go in favor of Kiski. Back row attack there. It's very nice.
It's Polka.
Yeah, Madeline
Polka with a nice back row attack. And, you know, what makes Kiski dangerous is because they don't mind taking a swing from the back row. And that puts Franklin in a bad place because they're not passing well.
Good dig in the back row there. Emma Beck. Into the net and down. I think that one would have been ruled for hits, not sure.
I think Izzy Ondish got that one.
So give credit to Izzy Ondish for the block. 20-16 here. Kiski on top. And long from the back row, number 33, the libero for the Panthers, Sydney Breakthroats. I'm going to let you say her name there.
You practice it. Keep practicing.
I am. A big block. Franklin able to play it. And a double hit, ball handling error called right there on the Panthers. So Kiski in control of this, and we are going to get a timeout by Coach Rachel Fry on the Franklin Regional sideline.
Good time to use one. I think that's her second. She had to stop the run. Have to do that. She's just trying to settle everybody down again. Like, they're not playing as well as they can. They're not passing well, and what that does is it causes the setter to move, makes her job a lot tougher, and it also funnels the ball into very predictable places for kids. So if you know that 90% of the time the ball's going to come from the left side, you're already in position to make a play on that. Kiski's been very good at defense and passing so far, just as we talked about before the match.
Yeah, that's a great point, Tim, right there. Predictability is a downfall in any sport. If you know what your opponent is going to be doing based on where that ball is being played, Kiski has been able to take advantage.
Absolutely. And their passing's been, in a way, they've been passing so well that they have all the options available to them. So they're setting the weak side, and the blockers aren't able to get there. It's really clinical what's happening right now.
That one will drop right there. I think Franklin might have caught a break. Number 3 coming flying in, Lily Alaseski.
And I think that on that occasion, the Kiski defense was back, and the set wasn't where the Franklin player needed to be, so she tipped, and they weren't able to get there. So.
And another point here for the Panthers, number 18, Madison Wynn, going to get credit for that kill. Back to a 4-point game. Don't look now. The Panthers, a little bit of a run. Coach McCartney going to call a timeout, Tim.
Yeah, a good thing to do. Cora Coleman was the one that was served at. She's a setter normally, so she doesn't handle a lot of first balls. Again, Kiski's been passing great, but that's just an unusual thing. I'm not sure if that was purposeful. If they know that, it's possible. It's possible. And we're watching a Franklin team who's changed, I think, since the last time we watched them play. They're running a 6-2 now. So, or actually, it's not a 6-2. It's a modified 5-1 where they use one setter across the front and then use another setter across the back. So it's always interesting to me to see the strategy. And these coaches know their players so well. They know what their strong suits are, and they take advantage of them.
Well, and I'm sure each coach knows the other team's players very well.
In section play, you're going to see these teams a lot. Rachel's no stranger to the Kiski program, so yeah, I'm certain that's true.
Oh, Abby Johns could not pass that forward. Goes into the net and drops. Another point for the Panthers.
Sounds like we have a few Panther fans in the building. They're pretty loud.
And a kill right there by Abigail Johns. So that is a much needed side out for the Cavaliers. 2 points away from taking this first set to the line will be number 10, Bryn Hewitt. Oh, Josh, what a nice shot right there, going up at the left, just tipping it over the block, Tim. Perfectly executed.
She led with that left hand, looking like she's in a swing. She's going to swing, but then she tipped with the left. Timeout Franklin. I was wrong. She did have one more.
So Coach Fry will take a timeout here for the Panthers. I want to let everyone out there know that we are going to have a great event. We're going to be part of a great event on October 29th at the Richard G. Snyder YMCA in Kittanning, downtown Kittanning. It's going to be a monster walk costume contest for the kids. We're going to have trunk or treat, plenty of trunks from local businesses, plenty of candy for the kids. We're going to have some food trucks down there as well, Tim, and we will have the Armstrong, Indiana regular season finale on the big screen. Varsity football, Friday night lights. Make sure you head to Richard G. Snyder YMCA in downtown Kittanning, October 29th. Last regular season game. It's going to be a good time. And an ace right there. That will do it. So Kiski out of the gates hot, taking that first set.
Wow. Again, they did exactly what it was we said they needed to do. They served tough. They kept Franklin setters moving or setting from the 10-foot line. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with what the Cavaliers have been able to do so far tonight. Let's see if Rachel Fry makes any adjustments. Comes out any different. Kids still seem loose. You know, they've had a rough go as of late. Since we watched them get swept by Plum, they also lost to Indiana. And then won a few of the matches that they should have won against some of the lower teams. But let's see if they can make some adjustments and get back in this.
So we have about 2.5 minutes between set one and set number two. We're going to take a quick break here on High Top Sports Network. For Tim Toy, my name is Josh Schreckengoss. We'll be right back.
Arms Care, located at 85 Glade Drive in Kittanning, provides the highest quality medical equipment, supplies, and service for use in your home. After an accident, illness, or surgery, the caring professionals at Arms Care can assist you in getting the appropriate medical equipment into your home where you can make the most progress on your recovery. Arms Care offers 24/7 emergency service as well as a wide variety of specialized medical equipment, and their experienced staff is committed to helping you or your loved one regain normalcy by providing the highest level of quality home care equipment, supplies, and service. Contact Arms Care at 724-545-3200 today.
Protecting the things you love and how you do so is among the most important decisions you'll ever have to make. TGIF Solutions can provide you with the peace of mind by supplying answers to all of your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, business, life, or farm coverage. Contact the team at the Shellhammer Atwood Agency today in West Kittanning to be sure that you, your loved ones, and the things that matter most stay safe when it matters the most. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters.
Welcome back to Kiski Area High School here in Vandergrift, Pennsylvania. Cavaliers have taken the first set of this WPIAL Class 3A Section 1 Girls Varsity Volleyball matchup. My name is Josh Schreckengoss, joined by Tim Toy. Tim, what did you see in that first set?
Well, we've discussed it a bunch. Kiski's passing the ball really well. They're giving their setters an opportunity to use all three hitters. Really strong job by Sydney Joyce distributing the ball. Also, Cora Coleman doing a really nice job for a young setter. Kiski's back at full strength, and I think they're ready to surprise some people.
Well, the Cavaliers and the Panthers both in pink tonight, and to pink out to benefit the Chemo Comfort Totes. There are basket raffle tickets here this evening, or you can sponsor a bag for $35. Of course, you could always make a donation to Chemo Comfort Totes. Those are made in memory of Kiski area teacher Carolyn Carr. Totes will be distributed around Christmas time to cancer patients in area hospitals. So a great night, a great event, something I know is close to your heart, Tim.
Absolutely. These pink outs really mean a lot to the cancer community, the people that are going through things, and no more than it is here in this gym. This has been the scene of a lot of unfortunate cancer stories. And Carolyn Carr being one of them, and having these kids out here in pink, seeing the crowd with pink. Look at the student section over there on the left, all dressed in their pink. It means a lot, and they're doing a great thing with the chemo care bags.
Van Franklin Regional as well, coming here with the pink jerseys, also supporting the cause, a cause near and dear to our hearts, near and dear to pretty much everyone. Cancer is one of those things that touches everyone, Tim.
Too many people. It's right now we're so busy with COVID that a lot of people out there aren't doing the things they need to do to care for themselves because we're so concerned about COVID, and it's understandable. But I think that we need to get back to a situation where we do our well checks and we make sure that we're getting our breast examinations and colonoscopies. So if you're out there and you haven't done that, please get back to your doctor and take care of that stuff.
That's a great point, Tim. We are underway here in set number 2. Rally to start it. That one is going to be long, sails out of bounds. So Franklin Regional will have first point of set number 2. To the line right now for the Panthers, Sydney Breakroyts.
There she is.
Drop in. Ben Byers going to get credit for a kill right there off of the block. Drops down. Side out Cavaliers.
Bryn gets one shot during the first rotation. She's usually a middle, but she starts on the right side. So she gets one swing before she goes out for the libero.
Into the net. Attack error right there. Number 5, Ella Evans. For the Panthers, coming up short. That point will go to the Cavaliers.
Franklin had a free ball there they could work with, and thought they might be able to work some offense.
Wow, big block at the net. I believe that was Evans, and number 10, Rylan Rowane, is also in there, Tim.
Yeah, if you're watching at home, you saw the Kiski middle continue her fake. And Franklin was not fooled by it, not a little bit. They had both blockers out on the outside and stuffed that one.
Too long. And that, I believe, was set up pretty nicely there, Tim. Maybe I'm going to say that Ella Evans would like that one back.
Not a bad set for what the setter was dealing with. She had to run past the middle to set the ball, and she put it in a really good spot for the middle to attack. Just missed a little long.
And a good kill right there from the outside, number 3, Lily Aliseski.
That's that spot that's open when you have a back row setter. Setter usually pulls up behind the block. If that middle doesn't rotate fast enough, there's a spot there for it.
That is out of bounds, even though Maddie Joyce made a dive for it.
She pulled back.
She definitely pulled back just in time.
Yeah. She would have negated her own kill. Because that was her swing. They like to use her in the back row to get a good swing, and she's pretty good at it.
Well, she had already committed to the dive right there, and you saw her kind of pull everything back and just hope, hey, I hope this doesn't hit me in the face. Attack error right there for Franklin Regional. So another point on the side of Kiski area. 5-3, second set. Cavaliers took the first. And into the net right now. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Fry calls a timeout. She is electing to keep it in her pocket right now. Maybe one more point, Tim.
Yeah.
That'll be an ace. Drops in, Coach Fry. Still no signal to the official, trying to let her team work out of this.
Yeah, they're going to move some people around in the back row, see if they can get a pass. There you go.
Oh, blocked at the net, and way long. Right there, Ella Evans, too much. Kind of falling backward, Tim. Didn't get a downward plane on that swing. Up and out.
Evans normally a middle hitter. They ran what we call a slide, where the middle hitter comes back behind the setter. Ball was just a little bit off for her.
Contested ball at the net. Abby Johns getting the better. Number 18, Madison Wynn. Coach Fry still no timeout call. 9-3. Kiski up here in set number 2.
Got some people up on the bench getting ready, I think.
Again, Abby Johns with that left hand. Saw it late in that first set, Tim. Executed to perfection right there.
Basically the same shot we saw in that first set, where she used her left hand that was out in front. Wait till Coach Fry has got some people up, loosening up.
Abby Johns back row, deflection. There was contact. So that point will go to Kiski now, an 8-point lead here in set number 2, 11-3 Cavaliers. Well, finally, Franklin Regional able to stop the bleeding. Got a kill right there by Ella Evans. She'll head to the service line. And that was something that the Panthers really, really needed right there, Tim.
They finally got a pass where they could run their offense, and then when you can do that, you can get the ball to Evans. She's one of their leading hitters.
Oh, miscommunication right there between number 11, Cameron Marcus, and number 5, Ella Evans. That ball just fell in between them.
Yeah, they both called it, and then they both backed off.
Kiski back to the service line. Number 14, Lacey Safranios. And a tough ball right there. Not much that Cora Coleman could do with that one. Point for the Panthers.
Smart tip. Good spot to put it. Franklin's down some points here. They've got to make up some ground. They need to go 2-1 to get back in this.
into the block and down. That will be a kill. Number 16, Lexa Yankowskis for the Panthers. Big point. Well placed there by Abby Johns. Got some help with those deflections.
Yeah, she didn't get the ball where she could take a good swing at it, so she just decided to go off the block. And sometimes good things happen when you do that. Make a good, strong swing, aim for those high hands. Tough to control on the other side.
Too long on that serve. Madeline Polka. Too strong.
So right now, Franklin's got their setters back row. He's going to do the back right, or back left, if you're looking at from Kiski. He's going to release to the front right now.
That is out. Too long on the attack by number 27, Sophia Reitz. Oh, great block, but out of bounds. So the point will go to the Cavaliers. Franklin Regional had that one sewed up, just couldn't drop it inbounds.
No, and a good job of Carly Kuhn using the block, pulling it off the block and out of bounds.
And nothing you can do right there. That ball in the net a couple of different times. Next to impossible to pull that out and be able to play it.
You have to pull it out back, away from the net. That one struck the net twice, and that's not going to work out well very many times.
Oh, right at the net. Great instincts right there by number 16, Carly Kuhn. That ball on the Kiski side, and Kuhn was right there. Great anticipation, able to put it down.
What caused that overpass was a strong swing from the back row again. They're not afraid to take cuts from the back row.
And once again, Kiski strong at the net.
Izzy Ondish on that one.
Yeah, Isabella Ondish. Sophomore middle blocker. Able to pick that one up at the net. Timeout called by Coach Rachel Fry of Franklin Regional. Got about 58 seconds, so we will take a quick break. Right now, you're watching High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Rettengoss here with Tim Toy.
Arms Care, located at 85 Glade Drive in Katanning, provides the highest quality medical equipment, supplies, and service for use in your home. After an accident, illness, or surgery, the caring professionals at Arms Care can assist you in getting the appropriate medical equipment into your home where you can make the most progress on your recovery. Arms Care offers 24/7 emergency service as well as a wide variety of specialized medical equipment, and their experienced staff is committed to helping you or your loved one regain normalcy by providing the highest level of quality home care equipment, supplies, and service. Contact Arms Care at 724-545-3200 today.
And we are back here at Kiski Area High School. Cavaliers up 17-8 in set number 2. Kiski took the first set up 1-0 in this match. That will determine some playoff positioning. Oh, a missed hit right there by the Panthers. So that is exactly what you want coming out of the timeout, Tim.
Absolutely. You just have to reset. If you're Kiski, you don't want that timeout to bother you. They have the right person back there serving right now, so that helps.
Oh, well.
Whoops.
Talked it into non-existence. Maddie Joyce into the net right there. Service error.
Sorry, Maddie.
No, that's all right. I've done it so many times since we have launched High Top Sports Network. I always want to go to the kid afterward and be like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, she'll get it again. She's fine.
So Ramchandran will serve right here for Panthers. Oh, Kuhn at the net right there. She saw it. So did Ondish. Able to make that play on that contested ball at the net. Kiski a little bit quicker. 19-9, second set.
Both of them ready for the joust. The setter from Franklin just wasn't able to do it. Kiski looking real good now. They're cruising.
Not going to be able to get it done. Not a great pass right there. Lily Aliseski had trouble with that one, tried to play it back, unable to get it across. And Madison Wynn setting that toward the net. A back set right there toward the net, but into the net. Teammate unable to play it. I believe she was looking for Ella Evans right there. Another timeout called by Franklin Regional.
I actually think she was actually trying to dump that. I think she was trying to just put it in that spot. She had everybody sucked in because it looked like she might go to the middle. And when that happens, sometimes the outside hitter comes in to help. And when they do, if she reads that right, if she can get that ball to this left front position, it's wide open. But she just didn't get it far enough.
My name is Josh Reckendust here with Tim Toy, founder of the We Serve First Foundation, supporting the love of volleyball in Western Pennsylvania. And show your support by visiting jamthegym.com. Tim, you got to see it firsthand. Gave Plum's Danica Susko a little bit of financial assistance to pursue club volleyball, and that's what you guys are about.
It's when you get to go to matches and you get to see some of these kids playing, you oftentimes find some kids that might need a little bit of a boost to keep their love of the game going, and that's what we're here for.
Well, that one will not be played back. So Kiski just a few points away right here. 22-9 in set number 2. Yeah, good kill right there. Number 5, Ella Evans for the Panthers. Quick set to her, able to hammer it down.
Tough spot. Kiski dumping the ball right to Evans. Evans was able to make a good pass to the Wynn, and the Wynn gave it right back to her for the kill.
Double hit here. Nope, net violation, excuse me.
Yeah, it looked like Sydney Joyce just scraped the net on the way by.
The win right there for Franklin Regional. Able to put that ball down at the net. Little run here by the Panthers.
And I think the wind might lead them in kills, and you really don't want your setter to be the one who leads you in kills.
Well, skims the tape right there. Service by Lily Aliseski. She'll get an ace. Well, another double hit. Coach McCartney up. Electing not to take a timeout here. 22-14.
Get a nice cushion. Let this play out. Good ball.
Bang, big kill right there. Number 20, Abby Johns. Able to find that opening in the defense, Tim.
Yeah, Abby Johns with another good swing. She's been steady all night. That's what Kiski has, is they have a lot of good swings. They don't jump all that high. They don't put the ball straight down very often, but they're consistent.
Well, Johns into the block right there, but the Panthers get the best of it and win. And number 5, Ella Evans, both in there on that block.
Good job by Evans. She'll serve.
Oh, wow. Great placement right there. I believe that is Sydney Joyce.
Yes, that is the beauty of having two setters that can both set and hit. So you have Sid Joyce, who's able to take that swing from the opposite side. She's a very good hitter.
Just long right there. Thought about it in the back row. Wisely did not play it.
Good eye. Free ball for the win.
And Abby John's going to be out of bounds here on the near side. So the Panthers will stay alive. Oh, no. That is not what you want right there. Attack error into the net. And that will be the end of the second set. 25-17. Cavaliers now up 2-0, Tim. And cruising, as you said, midway through that second set. You said they're cruising. They're definitely cruising right now.
Well, it's nice to have a 2-0 lead on a good opponent. Franklin's got a lot of things to correct. Right now, looks like assistant coach is stepping in there to talk to him a little bit. Sometimes you need to hear a different voice. And I think that might be the case here. I'm certain that they'd say the same thing. You know, Coach Fry's working on the lineup maybe a little bit. It's time for your favorite thing, I think.
Oh, yeah, we're about to chuck some ducks. I'll tell you what, seen it in multiple fashions so far this fall. This is my favorite. Everybody gets to come down right to the baseline here, well, the out-of-bounds line. On the far side, you get to chuck that duck.
You know a team's loose when two of the starters are over there chucking the duck.
And not only that, but the other girls on the squad out there picking up ducks.
Yep. Everybody's got to do a job here. That's hilarious. That's really funny. You know, it does say something too. You know, like they are loose, they are having fun, and there's something to having fun when you're playing.
We got to see this Cavaliers team shorthanded, suffer a couple of tough losses. You would think that in their mind, hey, if we had everybody, if we would have been 100%, maybe those are different outcomes. You know, Plum kind of running away with the section right now, but Kiski in a very, very good position, especially tonight if they're able to finish off this victory over the Panthers.
Absolutely. You know, it's wide open if Kiski can pull this off, because this is one of the first times that they've had the chance to really play with a full lineup. I think that depth is really important in this season and last season, knowing what we know about how quickly a season can change because of COVID. So depth is really important, and Kiski's had a chance to play some people at positions maybe that they wouldn't normally. All good stuff. Every touch you get is valuable.
Going to put you on the spot here a little bit, Tim. If you were in Coach McCartney's shoes right here, what do you say to this team? Hey, we don't want to let these guys hang around.
No. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. They win one here, and all of a sudden they start to believe. So right now, as cruel as it sounds, you want to squeeze. You want to squeeze tight and finish it. It's like an MMA fight. Like you want to make them tap out. So you push hard. You continue to serve strong. You continue to pass well. Continue to frustrate them with picking up balls on defense. Franklin hasn't had too many really, really good swings tonight. That's because they're out of system constantly. So if Kiski can keep that up, that's what Coach McCartney would tell them. Just keep doing what we're doing. If you're on the other side, if you're in Coach Fry's shoes, at this point you have nothing to lose. You're down 2-0. You might as well just go out there and throw everything at them if you can. So in a way, there's something to learn for Franklin here. What are they about? How are they going to respond to this? So we get a chance to sit here and watch this third set and see which way this goes.
And one thing I think any coach would say, look, we've seen what this team can do the first two sets. Let's go out here, like you said, squeeze hard, put the hammer down, just kind of finish it off.
Yeah.
There's no reason to let your opponent hang around, especially on your home court, whenever you've won the first two sets pretty convincingly.
Absolutely. And I just said that every touch matters. Like you can learn something from every touch, but let me tell you, they don't want to have any more after the third set. They'd like to just finish this and go home. And we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see what kind of character can show up on the Franklin side, and we'll see if Kiski continue to do the things they need to do to win.
And one thing that has kind of stood out to me in this match, Kiski not allowing Franklin Regional to go on any really sustained run throughout those first two sets.
Yeah, Kiski started the match off strong. I think they scored 6 or 7 straight, and Franklin came back, and I think the longest run they had was of 5 or 6. And that's been it. They haven't had anything more than 3 or 4 since then. And if you can do that, you control the tempo of the game, and that's something that they've really done a great job of.
Well, nice word here from Coach McCartney talking about this evening's pink out.
I know how much it means to her to see the support for our cancer cause as well.
And this evening's pink out benefit chemo comfort totes. Something you said has been going on here for 3 years around that at Kiski. We've had plenty of basket raffles tonight. Can sponsor a bag or make a donation to Chemo Comfort Totes. Those are made in memory of Kiski area teacher Carolyn Carr. Totes will be distributed around Christmas time to cancer patients in area hospitals. Just, it's beautiful to see how the community turns out. It's awful that this is the reason we have to do it, but it's really a wonderful thing to see the community turn out, especially here in Kiski.
Absolutely, and if you're one of those people that's going through a cancer situation, and you get your chemotherapy or you're at the doctor's, I'm sorry to say that I spent a lot of time in those cubicles. I know what that feels like, and you have people coming around and bringing sandwiches and soup and candy. Lemon heads is a big thing for chemo patients. So that's always available at these hospitals. There's so many great people that are out there doing great things, and this is one of those things as well.
Yeah, trying to keep your mind off of the minutia when you're dealing with something so life-altering.
Absolutely.
So set number 3 underway, and the Panthers going to get the first point here. Number 27, Sophia Wrights. Point number 1.
That's a shot that Wrights wanted to use at the end of that match, at the end of that set. Oh, nice dig.
And too long right there. Attack error on the Franklin Regional side. Lily Aliseski just a bit too long. Out of bounds on the backside. That'll be a side out for Cavaliers. Sydney Joyce at the line. And going to be 4 hits whistled against the Cavaliers right there. Had a couple of good chances there, Tim.
They did. They kept bettering the ball. They kept getting the ball in a good place for their setter. They just couldn't put the ball away, and that's one of the things we talked about. They don't necessarily have somebody who's going to smoke the ball to the ground, but they do have a lot of consistent hitters. They have to keep playing defense and keep passing better.
Ace right there, Sydney Breitkreutz for the Panthers. And too long on that serve by Breitkreutz. I think that's one thing right there that Franklin Regional has had a little bit of a difficulty taking care of, Tim, is getting those sustained runs whenever you have the ball, service and offense.
Absolutely. And it's a testament to how well Kiski's been passing.
Well, Maddie Joyce going to get an ace right there, number 4 for the Cavaliers. We are knotted once again at 3 apiece in this third set.
That's a gift because that was a really good pass. The setter just couldn't find it.
And the point will go in Kiski's favor. Tim, you were calling it out right there, the hand signal. What happened?
Yeah, I think the ball struck the antenna. I think it just nicked the antenna right in front of referee Mike Bruno, and he whistled it down. Oh, yeah.
Another ace for Maddie Joyce. 5-3 now. Cavaliers on a run.
Maddie Joyce moves the ball back and forth so well. She'll serve strong, then she'll serve short. Let's see if she goes deep this time. She usually goes really hard after a serve like that. Yep.
Off the block and down. A kill for number 10, Rylan Ruane. She will take a seat right now as Carly Ramchandran comes back into the game for Franklin Regional to serve. Too long. That swing just a little up top, didn't catch it fully in front. And that was number 11, Cora Coleman.
Yeah, Cora Coleman and Sid Joyce are the two setters. They both stay in the game and hit.
And long right there again, another attack error. That was Isabella Ondish, number 9. So Franklin on top, 6-5.
Izzy Ondish is a middle hitter most of the time, but on this first contact, she stays outside and swings outside. Now she can switch and get in that middle position.
Well, there she was, Tim. You called it out perfectly in that middle blocker position. Able to come up with the block right there, Izzy Ondish.
And you give credit to the outside hitter who Carly Kuhn, who sets the block. She puts herself in a position, and then Ondish follows up and gets in there and blocks. So setting that block is almost as important as the block itself.
Well, a quick set to number 5, Ella Evans. She does not miss right there, gets the kill and the side out for the Panthers.
That time, Izzy Ondish kind of drifted a little bit left, and that was Franklin's middle Evans that turned on the ball and took it just inside her right hand.
Wow, strong serve.
Oh, no. Oh, my.
Wow, Maddie Joyce, what hustle right there.
Oh.
And she's unable to get to that dig, but really showing off the Jets, running that one down after a really, really strong serve.
She finished that play over by the eye in Kiski, and then almost got to a ball here at the center line. Fantastic piece.
Into the net right there, service error. Number 3, Lily Alaseski. 8-7. Panthers are on top. In to serve right now, Bryn Hewitt for the Cavaliers.
I'm not going to jinx Bryn, but we'll talk about this in just a second.
Well, it's a good thing you held off. She got the ace right there.
Not yet. Not yet. Coach McCartney told me something before the match. She's trying to find a spot for Bryn to get in here and serve, and there's a really good reason.
Well, we are going to get a kill right there, number 16 for the Panthers. Alexa Yankowskis.
Now I can say it. Bryn Hewitt has not missed a serve all year, and she's one of their most consistent. She has as many aces as almost anybody on the team, so she serves strong, and she doesn't miss.
Ace right there for Ella Evans. Panthers now up 2, 10-8. And just out of bounds right there. Maddie Joyce ducked it. Smart play by Maddie Joyce to not engage that ball. Barely out of bounds.
It's tough to lay off of that one. You know, it's a fast, flat serve. It's carrying. Ella Evans has a really good serve. And they give it back.
And right back. Service error out of bounds. That was Lacey Safranios into the game to serve. And just a bit long. 11-9 here. Panthers on top, third set. Not really anything you could do right there after that first pass.
Nah, bad first contact. A lot of effort, but to no avail.
And just trying to play a free ball across right there, Tim. And Kiski out of bounds. Coach McCartney will take a timeout.
Yeah, down 4 now. A few things. What I'm seeing now is Franklin's starting to turn up their serving game, and Kiski's not passing as well. So you can see the result in the score. Kiski's not getting to their game, and Franklin is serving them really tough right now. So let's see if that trend continues.
Well, and I think that was a good place for Coach McCartney to call that timeout. You know, kind of saying to her girls, hey, you know, we took these first 2 sets. They're upped. You know, Franklin Regional has upped the intensity in this 3rd set. We need to match it and be better if we want to take this out in 3.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, Kiski hasn't lost any of their belief. They're fine. You know, they know what they have to do. Franklin picking up steam though. So it's always interesting to see these ebbs and flows in the middle of this game. Coach's point.
You've told me about the coach's point after the timeout. Service error right there for the Panthers. So put that one on the stat sheet for Coach McCartney.
That's right.
I wonder how long it's been since she's had a point in competitive play.
All coaches actually count that. They actually keep track.
And once again, Kiski, as we saw last time, they got service back. Service error right there. Give the point right back.
Gave it right back, yeah. Yep. You got to find a way to halt that right now.
Oh, strong serve. Well, Franklin Regional unable to play that across, so the point goes to Kiski. Fiorini, a really strong serve, though. Good job on Kiski to be able to play that, pass it forward, and create the point.
Absolutely. It's a tough serve.
And too long, right there. So another point to the Cavaliers, chipping away. That Franklin Regional lead down to just 2. Sid Joyce at the line. Oh, wow. Really nice tip right there. Number 22, Bryn Byers. Good placement, good sell of that shot.
She did. She sold it. She made the block hang up there a little bit long and then hit their hands on the way down.
Oh, really a nice push into the back row where there were no Panthers to be found. Excellent, excellent shot right there.
As I said, you can draw everybody up. You can have their attention, and everybody rotates into a position, and you know that there's going to be a spot that's open.
Well, strong in the middle, number 27, Sophia Reitz.
Reitz has that push shot, you know, that sometimes is iffy. And the ball's staying on her hand just a little bit long. I don't know how long it's going to take before one of those gets called because it's almost a throw.
That's a good point, Tim. The last time that she did it, I thought it was actually, I was waiting for the whistle. It was very, very close.
He hasn't called it yet. You almost have to leave it go now.
What a rally and an unbelievable end to it right there as that ball was too close to the net. That pass by Franklin Regional ending a very, very long rally.
Another long rally that it seemed that each team was getting better, and then there's an error. And that ball just got a little bit too close to the net for the hitter to make a play.
Oh, good kill there in the middle. Number 5, Ella Evans for the Panthers. They are back on top by a point, 16-15 here in set number 3.
That was a backslide that didn't quite get to where a slide normally does, so it actually worked out really well for the Panthers. There was no block.
And another kill, so momentum has been seized in this third set. Their best set of the evening right here. Franklin Regional up by 2.
A little more competitive because they're serving tough. See if Kiski can get a pass and work their offense.
Well, that pass right there was really basically impossible for Lily Aliseski to hit that one and bring it down inbounds.
Yeah, she was trying to get it turned, but never got it quite square.
Oh man, what a dig in the back row. That was Breitkreutz.
Hard.
Out of bounds, no deflection called. Franklin Regional looking for the contact. None signaled by the officials. So we are tied up again at 17, Tim. And out of bounds once more, so Kiski back into the lead in this third set, where Franklin Regional has looked like the better squad so far. Cavaliers hanging around. Oh, that's tough right there.
Just tried to lay it over the block. Ended up a little short. Square again at 18.
That one will fall on Kiski side of the court, so point to the Panthers, 19-18, set number 3. Back row attack. That was Sid Joyce right there.
Sid Joyce on a third ball. She dug the ball up, and it was behind the 10-foot line. They set her, and she's got a good swing from the back row, so she's not afraid to take a cut. Now she's in the front row. And she's going to set.
Oh, into the net service error. That was Bryn Hewitt.
Oh, guess what? First miss of the year.
Oh, man.
First miss of the year. Jody just looked up there. Coach McCartney just looked up at me. Like,
And a kill from the middle blocker position. Number 27 for the Panthers, Sophia Wrights.
Here comes Franklin.
21-19.
Elle Evans has been serving tough all night. She has a nice high jump float. It's hard to handle.
Oh, and that pass toward the front row. Coach McCartney going to take a timeout right here. Miscommunication?
Setter played the first ball. She was playing defense there and dug it up, but no one took that second ball for her. When she plays the first ball, usually there's somebody who's assigned the job to take the second ball after the setter plays the first. And it kind of was in between players, so I think that's where the confusion started. In the 6-2, like Kiski's running, if the setter is positioned right back, right back, she digs the ball up. The other setter is normally in the right front position, ready to take that ball. And I think the ball was passed just far enough away from her that she didn't get to it. Evans again.
That point for the Panthers out of that timeout. 23-19, Franklin Regional on top here in set number 3. Trying to extend this match.
Yeah, Coach McCartney just made an adjustment. We're going to see Sydney Joyce set in the front row.
Oh. That one was kind of back over the head of Cora Coleman. She was able to get 2 hands on it, but unable to play it forward.
Right. She couldn't get it up to the front row where she needed to be.
And that is an ace, and that will do it. In set number 3, 25-19.
We are
Franklin Regional.
not done yet. Not done yet.
Drop the mic. Walk away.
All right, so now you come into a situation where Coach McCartney's going to have to make some adjustments here. Franklin's starting to do some things much better. They're starting to get the ball on target, passing the ball better, serving a little more aggressively. It's good to see. It's good to see. We're gonna play a match tonight. This is good. All this pink in a wonderful match.
Yeah, Tim, you predicted that we would see a long match tonight. After those first 2 sets, thought Kiski might whitewash. But Franklin Regional able to fight back in the third, forcing this 4th set upcoming.
Yeah, especially the manner that Kiski did win the second set. It wasn't like it was close. It looked like they dominated, So I really did think that, now, as we talked about between sets 2 and 3, Franklin believes a little bit more now. They know they can do this. And so the ebb and flow continues. Kiski's got to come back out be more aggressive, serve strong. Let's see how we go.
Just about a minute and a half left until set number 4 gets underway. And while we have a moment here on the court, we're going to take a timeout here on High Top Sports Network. For Tim Toy, my name is Josh Schreckengoss. We'll be right back.
Just finishing up a 100% outside renovation project at the Katanning store. Don't miss out. Come and see us. Check out our Pennsylvania skill game room. We have the newest machines, the newest games. We have 5 machines. We're about to add a 6th machine. $10,000 jackpots on all 6 machines. Don't miss out on a chance to win. We have the lowest possible prices and the best quality of anybody in the area. We'll take it up against anybody in the area. We put our stamp of approval, hashtag Sable Meat, on every single package, and we're here to serve you every single day. We also have chef-prepared, chef-quality prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesday, $5 sushi rolls, and you can win by liking and sharing our favorite page, Sushi Madness shirt. Don't forget to check out our millions of bakery deli products that we're making fresh every day. Appreciate all the support out there. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. This evening's coverage of WPIAL Class 3A Section 1 Girls Varsity Volleyball. Playoff implications on the line tonight as the Cavaliers of Kiski area are hosting the Panthers of Franklin Regional. My name is Josh Schreckengoss, joined by Tim Toy on this broadcast. Tim, it kind of looked like Kiski was going to roll this, but the Panthers found an extra gear in that third set.
They sure did. You know, they started to do the things that they needed to do to be successful. Lots of aggressive serving. You know, we'll see if it can continue. Kiski gets to serve first and see Sid Joyce right away.
Well, Joyce has been the most effective Cavalier at the service line. Starts off set number 4 with an ace. And that is exactly what you want to see if you are Kiski area head coach Jody McCartney. Another one back to back. Sid Joyce fired up, coming out here early in the 4th set. Back-to-back aces.
Sid has a fast flat serve that knuckles. If you watch that ball, you can see the panels. You can almost read it. And that's hard to handle for a passer.
Well, a good dive. Tried to get it. Diving attempt right there, number 21, Brooke Fiorini, unable to play it forward. Pass goes into the net, so point Kiski. Oh, and that drops in.
I don't know if there's a confusion about which line it was.
Yeah, Madeline Polka initially reacted as if she thought it was out of bounds.
Yeah.
But definitely in right there by a good
2 feet.
Yeah. And an ace right there, Bright Kreutz. Pulling these Panthers back to within a point. Out of bounds, but
That cut the line, I think. Evans likes to turn the ball to her left. She likes to hit across her body to the left. She's very effective at it. Nice serve.
Oh, wow. Maddie Joyce from the back row just sent it across, deflected off the hands of Deanna Perry. And that ball dropped in, so it looked like Kiski caught a break right there.
Definitely. Not a ball you expect to drop.
Oh, wow. Carly Kuhn going to get that kill. Julia Cabrera did her best. Try and dig that one out and play it forward, but point will go to the Cavaliers.
Good job by the Kiski block, just slowing that ball down enough for them to get a good pass.
Maddie Joyce going to find it. Back row just got it over top of the block. Found that soft spot in the middle of the Franklin Regional G.
She's a real crafty hitter. I imagine she probably is one of the better liberos in the kill department.
Well, Kuhn unable to get that one across into the net. That will be a point for the Panthers. Back to serve, Carly Ramchandran. And a kill right there for the Panthers out of the middle blocker position. Number 5, Ella Evans. Good swing by Evans right there.
Evans has had a lot of luck with that swing to the left.
And too long by Ramchandran. So the point will go to the Cavaliers. They will head to the service line. Couple of subs. And Emma back into the game. She will serve. Well, when Franklin Regional is able to get Ella Evans set up in that middle, you said swinging to the left, it has been very successful for her.
I see that Andras made a little bit of an adjustment there, though. Just didn't close the block up tight enough, but she did adjust and got both hands on that ball. So we'll see if that eventually gets better.
Well, that set went all the way across to number 16, Lexa Yankowskis. They kind of faked like they were going to set up Evans, went all the way across that little tip shot, able to fall in for the Panthers.
That will hold the blocker, the middle blocker, just long enough to leave an opening. And that's not exactly how it played out in that case, but when you start to run your offense, all kind of good things can happen because you can run a fake that holds the middle blocker and gives you a one-on-one on the outside.
And that is Evans again with the kill right through the hands of Bryn Hewitt. So Evans has been the Panthers' best player so far in these last two sets.
She has been, and normally when your best player goes back to the back row, you worry about that a little bit. But Evans is such a good server; she's valuable back there.
Oh, into the net. Jinxed it again, Tim.
Sorry, Ella. No, she's an aggressive server, and sometimes that's going to happen. That's what's brought them back in this match.
Well, Kiski follows that up with a service error of their own. Lacey Safranio, she's had some trouble from the line today.
She has. She's played strong across the back, but having a little difficulty with the serve right now.
Julia Cabrera will serve for Franklin Regional. Really a good rally here, Tim, and Franklin Regional will get the point.
It really just outlasted them. Great point.
10-9 Panthers here, set number 4. Oh, wow. Able to put that one down right there, the Cavaliers. Big side out.
That swing put the ball right on that back line. There was a little indecision, I think, from the left back. And the libero made an effort. Couldn't bring it back in play.
It's going to be too long right there. I believe that swing was by Bryn Byers. So the Panthers back on top by a point. To the line for Franklin Regional, number 21, Brooke Fiorini. Nothing doing from the back row right there. That one goes wide on the attack. And too long by the Panthers. Number 3, Lily Aliseski.
Aliseski's had some struggles tonight. Not getting her feet exactly where she wants them to be, I don't think.
Into the net and short. We are tied up again, Tim. 12 apiece.
And like some of the other games in this match so far, they're going point for point here.
Point will go to Kiski after another good rally. Cavaliers back on top and will serve. Sydney Joyce at the line. And going to get a ball handling error right here on the Panthers. Joyce with a good serve kind of got up into the shoulders of number 21, Brooke Fiorini.
Free ball.
And that one will drop in. So Franklin Regional able to fight it off after the mistake, able to make the kill.
That's exactly right. There was a chance for Kiski with a free ball, and Franklin just kind of fought it off and put the ball in a good spot, got a good swing, and put it away.
That is Breitkoitz at the line for the Panthers. And that one drops in front of Breitkoitz. She's able to dig it out and play it across. We're going to get a net violation right there on the Panthers. Number 3 going to be whistled. That is Lily Alasescu. Kiski maybe caught a break right there.
I think they did. Franklin made a nice play to keep that ball alive. And a little bit of a net touch. Free ball.
Wow, very smart play right there by Carly Kuhn, number 16 for the Cavaliers. Looked like Franklin was expecting her to wind up and really take a swing at that. Little tip shot over the block, drops in.
Well, the other aspect of that is when you pass well and you're in system, you can run a fake that holds a blocker. A little more floor opens up.
Oh, good block right there. Good. And still keep it alive. Isabella Anders brings the block back, puts it down. The roof.
That's exactly right. Izzy Anders with the roof after a really wonderful defensive play to dig that ball out of the net. I hate to say huge point, but it's a big point.
And just long right there. Maddie Joyce from the service line. Too much. So the ball goes back to Franklin Regional. They are still very much in this set. 17-14 now. Carly Ramchandran at the line. Well, Kuhn is going to get that kill right there. And I thought originally when she took that swing, it might have been a little bit long.
It was right along that sideline. They're cutting the ball across the court. Really is hard to gauge for the defense.
To the line for Kiski is number 5, Emma Beck. Oh, too much. Abigail Johns right there. Getting a great pass off the set. She did not hesitate. Put it down for the kill.
Another great pass. When I'm watching the play develop, I'm going, that set's really tight. It's going to be hard for her to take a swing at. She goes up and takes a big swing at it anyway, and really does a great job of body control, keeping herself from going into the net. That's a good swing, good hit, good kill.
19-14 here. Franklin Regional head coach Rachel Fry taking the timeout. Tim, talk to me a little bit about the We Serve First Foundation and the mission. I know we've mentioned it tonight, getting these girls that maybe want to continue their career, maybe want to get some exposure to better competition, and that's where you guys step in.
Yeah, high school used to be the main way that college coaches would see a player, and it's really not that way anymore. It's club volleyball that really gets kids an opportunity to play at the next level. Unfortunately, club volleyball is an expensive endeavor for parents. So we've decided that the thing that we wanted to do to memorialize my wife Ellen was to give kids an opportunity that might not have it otherwise, and help them get into club volleyball.
Really an excellent thing with it. Being a dad with my kids in youth sports right now, that is a kill in the middle. Once again, Ella Evans in that middle blocker position, able to put it down. But Tim, to go back to my point, being a father of two kids that are very involved in youth sports, it's nice to know that there are people like you out there that are helping these kids out, take it to the next level.
Yeah, I've always loved this game, volleyball, and it means a lot to me to help kids get extra opportunities in club.
You can check out We Serve First Foundation and get more information by visiting jamthegym.com. And the point will go to Franklin Regional on a lift. Coach McCartney will take timeout right here. 19-17, set number 4. You are watching High Top Sports Network and our coverage of WPIAL Class 3A Section 1 Girls Varsity Volleyball. This match important when it comes to playoff pairings, playoff seedings, and playoff positioning. Happy to be back here in the home of the Cavaliers, one of my favorite, absolute favorite places from which to broadcast. Tremendous press box. Thanks so much to Kiski Area Athletic Director John Peterman, as well as his assistant Jesse Bauman. Always had the rosters ready for me when I came upstairs. So many thanks for the continued hospitality here at Kiski Area High School. Out of bounds. That was Evans right there trying to quick set her again in the middle. This time unable to put it down inbounds. So the point will go to the Cavaliers.
Tried to cut that one across her body just a little too much. Bryn Hewitt coming in to serve. She's been good all season.
And that's going to be a double hit, ball handling error, costly right there at this point in this set. 21-17.
It's hard to ask your setter to continually be setting on the move like that and that's a testament to good serving.
That one will drop in for the kill, number 16, Alexa Yankauskis. Putting that one down for the Panthers, 21-18. And Franklin Regional will have side out and the serve. Evans back to the line. And a kill there again from the middle, setting up that middle. That was Sophia Wrights taking the place of Evans in that middle blocker position. Evans at the line. Good kill.
A lot of pressure on the receivers right now. The three receivers for Kiski have to handle Evans' tough serve. Money serve, not money pass though, right there.
And up short with that attack, number 16, that was Yankauskis. She put both hands on her head after that one. Definitely wanted that swing back, Tim.
Not the swing she wanted for sure.
Cavaliers just 3 points away from taking this match. Oh, Franklin Regional not going away quietly.
Nope.
Sophia Wrights with that kill. 22-20. Hard-fought fourth set. After the Panthers took set number 3 to keep this match alive. Oh, wow. Perfectly placed shot right there. Number 14, Lacey Safranios. Found that opening right there, Tim, and dropped it in.
Yeah, I have to imagine that Coach McCartney has them practice back row swings quite a bit. Because even these little defensive specialists get quality swings, and it really means something when you're out of system.
Oh, and into the net. Service error right there by Madeline Polka. So that will give the Panthers a little bit of life right here. Wow, great serve. Number 21, Brooke Fiorini. That serve looked like a coach's daughter.
Yeah, it certainly did. She's had a tough serve all night. Keeping Kiski on their toes. This is quite the match. I hope you guys are out there watching or enjoying this. There's a lot of drama, a lot of really good play. I love it.
Well, you know what? In the pregame, you called for a long match.
I did, didn't
And
I?
after those first two sets, I thought, well, this is going to be a quick one. But Franklin Regional able to fight back in set number 3 and really giving the Cavaliers their money's worth here in set number 4, 23-22. Coach McCartney called that timeout. Panthers will have the serve right now, number 21, Brooke Fiorini, at the line.
Probably who you want to have with the ball in her hands at this point.
Well, Kuhn is blocked at the net right there, and that ties it up at 23 apiece. Wow, what a serve. Just sending rockets across right there is Fiorini. Now we are at set point. Franklin Regional looking to force, a fifth and decisive final set. Well, Kiski not going away. They're not giving it up yet.
No.
24 apiece. We're going to get some free volleyball here, Tim.
That's what I like. That's what I like. Lacey Sofranis, another back row hit. Putting it in a smart place. Causing some chaos over here on the left side.
And if you are Coach McCartney, you got who you want at the service line. That would be Sydney Joyce. And really, really efficient tonight. Good little tip by Carly Kuhn. Now, Cavaliers just 1 point away from taking this match.
Wow.
Coach Fry going to take a timeout. A little bit of an ice the kicker type.
Absolutely, absolutely. A little bit more than that, though. You know, you think that all sports are psychological in some way, shape, or form. And, you know, again, we're dealing with high school kids, some of them juniors and sophomores, very young, and they're dealing with a great deal of pressure here. This is a great match. You know, a lot of folks in the stand. An exciting night with the Big Pink. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is what it's supposed to be like. And I'm sure both coaches have chills right now.
When you get into situations like this, how important is it to be able to calm those nerves, not just as a player, but as a coach as well?
Well, you know, I don't know if we're going to get a chance to really get deep with that, but what I feel is every point's important. This one's no different.
The Cavaliers are going to have a chance right here. Kuhn just plays it across. Oh, no. A little bit short right there. We saw it from our vantage point up here. Number 22, Gwen Byers. And it was the right play, I think. It was the right idea. Just a little bit short.
Almost a mistake, though. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, nobody there. Wow. Perfectly placed. Just that little dump, like you said, Tim. Going to the back row. Cora Coleman. She knew where the weak spot was.
She did. She sniffed that out. Put it right there in that corner.
So we are at match point again. Maddie Joyce at the line right now for the Cavaliers. But Franklin Regional, they're fighting back too. 26 apiece.
This is so much fun.
Back and forth and back and forth. It's like a heavyweight fight.
It is. It is.
And now Franklin Regional just a point away from forcing that fifth set kill by Lily Aliseski. To the line, Carly Ramchandran. And it just keeps going, Tim.
Right, so one of the things you got to remember in a long match like this, when you use a lot of substitutions, is you're going to be close. I don't know how many Coach McCartney has left, and I don't know how many Coach Fry has left, but they're close.
Oh, long serve right there, and it's just too long. Just a little bit too long.
Just a little bit. A lot of guts to go back to that back line and watch that ball drop. It's hard to do.
28-27, fourth set. Kiski took the first two. Franklin Regional fought back, took set number 3. Trying to tie it up at 2 apiece here in the fourth set. All the way up over the basketball hoop.
In system.
And that will be a kill. Diving attempt. Good hustle all the way across the court there by number 16, Lexi Yankowskis. But that point will go in favor of the Cavaliers.
Normally Coach McCartney would sub in Bryn Hewitt to serve here. But I think she knows she's close on subs.
And that one out of bounds and wrong. Ella Evans down to the court, frustrated with herself. She had an opening back there in that back corner, Tim. Just couldn't find it.
Yep, she went cross court like she's been going all night. She's been successful. Here we are, match point again.
Match point once more. Cavaliers trying to close this one out. Panthers have fought tooth and nail. Keep this match going. Gonna get a chance right here. Abby Johns into the net. Gonna be whistled 4 hits. So once again, we are knotted up. 29 apiece.
We're gonna break 30. What a match.
I'm gonna say I've never seen it break 30. And an ace. Ella Evans ecstatic after that serve. 30-29.
Wow.
Evans trying to push this to 5 sets. Great serve. Maddie Joyce right there. Oh, diving attempt right there. Kiski is going to be able to save it. Oh, no. And it goes astray off of the arm. Cora Coleman. And we are going to set number 5, 31-29 in the fourth set, Tim. As I said, I've been covering high school volleyball for several years. Don't know if I've ever seen a team score 30 points.
Not maybe a month ago, I think in NCAA volleyball, I think they had a 43-41 set. And, you know, the score is one thing, but the kind of play we're seeing tonight is another thing. Like, these two teams are tenacious. They just won't give it up. And that's how you get to 31-29. Like, that's exactly how it happens. So now, you're Coach McCartney. You're the one who's got to get your team to settle down, reset, let's refocus, let's do the things we need to do. And if you're Coach Five, her team now is the one that believes. So this is going to be a fun fifth set. Lots of, we're only going to 15, so it's a little more of a sprint than a regular set. You know, you're going to have your best server in the service position right away, and you're going to know pretty much that if the first 2 servers are your strong servers, they may not get back around to them again.
We saw a 5-set match whenever we did that Kiski area plum game, and that's exactly what I wanted to bring you in. You kind of alluded to it a little bit. It's more of a sprint than a regular set. You know, you're only going to 15. First 1 to 15 wins.
Right, absolutely. And we were talking about it. You asked me the question about mindset and how you feel about certain points. And the truth of the matter is, you can concern yourself with a point that's live now. But what about that point that you didn't get or you did get earlier in the match? And the trick is to treat every point as if it's the most important point. A lot of coaches will play a game where they'll start a match in practice and not let the kids know what the score is. And so what it does is it forces them to play hard no matter what the score is. So you don't know what the score is. They'll set 9-7. They'll start at 9-7 and then let them play it out and not tell them what the score is until it's over. And it really does train your mind to believe that every point is as important as any other one.
Going to put you on the spot a little bit here. Who do you think has the advantage going into this fifth set? You know, Kiski took the first two pretty handily. Franklin Regional fought back extremely well, especially in that last set. Where does the edge momentum-wise go?
I mean, I don't think it's a real secret. I think that Franklin holds an edge in momentum. You know, you play 31-29 a game. I don't think it's as much of a gap in momentum as it could be if Franklin had come out and stomped them in the fourth set. So I don't think that Kiski loses a whole lot when it comes to what they believe they can do. So, but I do have to give the edge to Franklin. They're the older team. You know, they're probably just slightly more mature. They've seen more really important volleyball. They've been in playoffs and played deep into playoffs. So I have to give them a little bit of an edge. But I really want to see the character on the right side here. I want to see Kiski's character come out tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch this fifth set.
Well, certainly a test for that character. I'm sure Coach McCartney thinking the exact same thing that you just said. I want to see what the makeup is of my team right now after maybe taking the foot off the gas a little bit after those first two sets. And now you are in a knockdown, drag-out brawl here in the fifth. Only to 15.
Only to 15.
About to get it underway here. Franklin Regional will serve to start this fifth set.
One adjustment I see that Coach McCartney has made is she's using Maddie Joyce as a substitute for Cora, the other setter. Let's see how that works out.
Just an excellent serve right there by Fiorini to start this fifth set. And point number one goes to the Panthers. Sophia Wright's sophomore middle blocker right there, able to go across the grain and drop that one in.
She likes to push that ball across her body. Both of their middle hitters do that, so if I'm Kiski, I'm going to set up a little bit more inside than I might normally. Great pass.
Well, Sid Joyce right there. I like the idea, just the execution was not there. Came up short into the net trying to play that lefty tip across.
And she got a little bit lost on the court there. Just wasn't sure how close she was to the net. She wasn't where she thought.
And that will be an ace by Blake-Kreutz. Excuse me, Fiorini. 3-0. Now in favor of the Panthers. Oh, little collision there in the back row between Maddie Joyce and number 14, Lacey Safranios. Timeout quickly called here by Coach McCartney. 4-0. Franklin Regional has come out of the gates hot here in set number 5.
Use your timeouts a little sooner in a 15-point game. You don't want this to get out of hand. You want to be able to right the ship right here. Some simple things that just need to be corrected. Franklin coming out strong. Fiorini serving really tough right now.
Yeah, Fiorini sending absolute darts across right there. Very tough to handle and tough to pass.
And, you know, they are tough to pass, but they haven't done a terrible job of passing them. But when you have to face that serve over and over again, it wears on you. It really wears on you. Like a title fight. You know, you're taking those jabs. You know, it starts to sting. And she's serving hard. There's probably a little thought in some of their heads like, boy, I hope she doesn't serve to me, because she's really ripping it right now. Now, if you really got character, you do want the ball.
Fiorini just long right there. Kiski catches a break. That was about a foot long right there, Tim.
Not long at all.
Not much.
The truth is, I don't think anybody from Kiski was going to be able to play it anyway, even if it was going to be in. So it's fortunate for them that it was.
Well, Kuhn goes into the block. Knocked down there by Deanna Perry. Franklin Regional not allowing Kiski to get started on the offensive side of the ball. Well, nothing much Perry could do with that one. From the back rope, Breitkreutz tried to play it forward, too close to the net.
Tight, too tight for her to do much with.
5-2 here. Franklin Regional on top. Maddie Joyce at the line. Good serve by Joyce. Ella Evans tried to play it. Went straight into the net, kind of covered her mouth afterward, like, whoops.
Yeah, she didn't get much to work with there. The setter didn't get her a ball that she could really do much with.
Going to be a free ball here. Kiski going to get a chance to set up Kuhn. And short into the net. Franklin Regional looking for contact, but none given by the officials right there. So 5-4 here. And when you get Ella Evans set up like that, she's not going to miss many of those, Tim.
No, and she did the opposite of what she's been doing all night. That time she opened up and hit it to the left side. Good adjustment. Maybe she saw the block drift over to that spot that she'd been hitting all night.
Ramchandran unable to play it from the back row across, so the point goes to Kiski. 6-5 here, fifth set. Back to the line, number 5 for the Cavaliers. Emma Beck into the game. She will serve.
Fires in. She'll be the middle here. Not yet.
Well, and finally, a kill right there. Lily Aliseski.
Clutch swing.
Evans had a couple of swings at it. Kiski able to play good defense on those. But finally, Aliseski able to hammer down that kill. Service error into the net right there by Aliseski. She will take a seat as Julia Janetto, number 1, will come in for Franklin Regional. 7-6 here to the line. Number 10, Bryn Hewitt for the Cavaliers. And too long, out of bounds. That was Abby Johns from the near side here, trying to go far side back corner. Just missed it. Ella Evans to the line for the Panthers. that will drop kill for Sophia Wright. 9-6. What a comeback here for Franklin Regional. Dropped those first 2 sets. Panthers have been able to claw back and are in the lead here in set number 5. And a kill right there. Abby Johns able to get it. Ella Evans gave a good dive for it. That point will go to Cavaliers. To the line right now for Kiski, Lacey Safranios.
Good job by Ella Evans with the serve.
So point to the Cavaliers, 9-8. That was a big one right there for Kiski, Tim.
Definitely. Didn't want to go down 3. Now you're within 1.
Oh, off the tape. Using it to her advantage. That was Safranios. Sometimes the tape is your friend.
Oh, absolutely. It makes the ball do weird things. It did just there.
Oh, wow. Big kill right there. Abby Johns. And don't look now. It feels like Franklin Regional has been in control of this set. Cavaliers take their first lead of set number 5, 10-9.
Absolutely. And Lacey Safranios with another good serve.
You have to call it AC Safranios.
I like it. Think I can pass that one along.
And a timeout by head coach Rachel Fry on the Franklin Regional sideline.
I
Jim's got the chills.
I got chills. This is awesome. This is so good. What a match. What a match. And you know, you and I, we pick this player of the game every time. And you know, throughout the match, I'm going, okay, right now it's this person. Right now it's this person. And then things swing around and you go, okay, right now it's this person. I don't know what to do now. We could choose anyone right now. Like it would make sense. There have been so many great performances tonight. It's not going to be easy either way.
Well, I'm going to put it on you.
Oh, thank you. Well, we can discuss.
I'll give some input.
We can discuss. Again, there's a lot of people that would deserve a T-shirt tonight for sure.
11-9 out of the timeout. Kiski on top. Going to get a chance to set up here. John's little lefty tip. I'll tell you what, Tim, those are close. Those are close to being throws.
Absolutely. But you do it until you're caught, right? Like, it's just like anything. In hockey, you hook somebody until you get called. Like, it's the same. If they're not going to call it, you keep doing it.
Wow, and it falls in right there. Number 22, Deanna Perry with the running kill. Went up off that 1 foot right there, kind of going against her body. Able to hammer it down.
An opposite like Perry usually does have that hop off 1 foot swing. And she played that one to perfection. It's a clutch kill.
And they are looking. Franklin wants the contact right there off the deflection. Deanna Perry kind of played it backward. I thought so too.
I thought maybe Sydney Joyce touched that ball on the way out. But referee Mike Bruno's right there.
Yeah, we have a great vantage point up here right on the net, but he is obviously much closer to that play. 12-11 right now. Cavaliers are up. Just an incredible match this evening here on High Top Sports Network. Thanks so much for joining Tim and myself. You have not been disappointed if you stuck around through this one.
Wow.
Sid Joyce waiting for the joust right there that never really came. The ball ended up more on her side of the net. And it falls in, so we're tied once again, 12 apiece.
Franklin forced the two, the middle and the outside out here to play that first ball, and they weren't in position to swing, so Cora Coleman didn't have anywhere to go except to Maddie Joyce. I'm sorry, Sydney Joyce.
And that one will drop in. That's a kill right there. Sophia Wrights, 13-12 now. Panthers on top.
Yep.
Coach McCartney going over there. She's going to call a timeout.
Franklin in good position with Fiorini at the service line. She's been crushing it all night long.
Yeah, Fiorini has been excellent at the service line, in particular, serving absolute darts. They have been difficult for the Cavaliers to be able to play and pass.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they haven't done a bad job of it. But again, it's just how that wears on you. You have to see that same server so much, and she's ripping it. And you're back there, you're concerned. You're like, wow, how am I going to deal with this? And she really serves to pretty much the same depth on the court every time. But it's hard, and it gets across that plane of the net fast. So 13-12, best server on the line.
Fiorini, that jump serve, again, an absolute dart right into the middle of that back row. Kiski able to play a free ball across. Nope. Oh, man. I was trying to will it there, Tim. I wanted Madeline Polka to lay off that ball because it looked like it was going to be out of bounds.
It was close, but they've hit that corner a number of times and successfully, so I don't blame her for going for it.
So we are at match point. Fiorini sends it across. Polka will receive the serve. And that will do it. What a comeback by Franklin Regional. Down 2-0. Panthers fighting back, coming back to take this match.
Wow. Not really at all surprised by the kind of fight that Franklin Regional showed. Great job by Franklin Regional. A gutsy performance by Kiski area. I know it's going to be disappointing, but I also know that there's a lot to be learned tonight, and they'll be fine. They'll come back. They're in a good position playoff-wise. They could gel at the right time and do some damage.
And now it is time to name the We Serve First Foundation Player of the Game, Tim. I'm going to say, for my vote, I would give it to Franklin Regional's Brooke Fiorini, the defensive specialist, the sophomore, just absolutely lights out from the service line.
Absolutely, and to me, I had it between her and Ella Evans. That you can't go wrong either way. They both had the strongest performance from the Franklin Regional side of the net. I feel like I think that the ball in Brooke's hands at the end of that match meant a lot, and I really think that I can definitely go with Brooke Fiorini for our player of the game.
So Franklin Regional sophomore Brooke Fiorini, number 21 defensive specialist, is our We Serve First Foundation player of the game for this evening's match. Just a tremendous comeback by the Panthers.
Absolutely. Not something you expect when you lose the first one and then you get run out in the second one. It takes a lot to come back from that. There were some slumpy shoulders on the left-hand side of the court. You could see the emotion drain, but they found a way to get it back 1 point at a time, work their way back, and hats off to Coach Fry and the Franklin Regional Panthers.
Well, you called it, said in the pregame this was going to be a long, hard-fought match. After those first 2 sets, I thought, maybe not.
Yeah.
But you know what? Got to give tip your cap, give credit to Franklin Regional. They really, really showed some guts tonight going on the road, coming in here to Kiski, which is not an easy place to play.
Yeah, the student section was very loud. A lot of their players serve from the left back side of the court, so it puts them right in the hot spot there. With the game on the line, Brooke Fiorini stepped to that line. She blocked out what all the distractions and made some good swings from the service line. Along with Ella Evans, I think the other person that served from that back corner was Lily Olinsky. She was back there during in the firestorm. That's a difficult thing to have to deal with, but they did it. And honestly, serving got them back in this. So, congrats again to Franklin Regional.
Plum on top in this section. Mustangs, the first team to qualify for WPIAL playoff berth. And after that, boy, oh boy, it's a logjam in the standings.
It really
Franklin
is.
Regional, Kiski, Indiana.
Yeah, and most of them have to play each other again yet. So, it's going to get even more interesting as we go on. Kiski giving Franklin this kind of a tussle. Also giving Plum all they could handle. It says a lot for the program that Coach McCartney's building over here. And it says a lot for the kind of volleyball that's being played in Section 1-3A. It's going to be fun. It's going to go down to the wire. Anybody's to win yet.
Well, and as the old saying goes, that's why you play the games. You don't quit after 2 sets.
No.
These Panthers certainly didn't quit after 2 sets.
No, and it's a happy group over there. They should be. And, throughout a season, you have defining moments. Franklin had a few disappointing showings with Plum and Indiana recently. And, that you could have easily seen, after being down 2 sets, them folding it up. But that's not what they did. And this might be one of those defining moments in the season. So I hope so. Because the better they play, the more they bring out in Kiski, the more they bring out in some of the other programs here in this section. And, everybody wins.
Well, we are going to try to get Brooke Fiorini right now, number 21, for the Franklin Regional Panthers. Now she's walking back out onto the court. I was going to try and...
You want to go get her?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll throw the...
Yeah.
And Tim is going to run down there and try to get Brooke Fiorini, our We Serve First Foundation player of the game, supporting the love of volleyball in Western PA. You can show your support, find out all the great stuff that Tim and the We Serve First Foundation are up to in growing the game of volleyball here in Western Pennsylvania. You can visit them at jamthegym.com. Really an honor and a privilege to work with Tim on these broadcasts. He is down on the court right now, looking to get Brooke Fiorini, and I'm going to try and zoom the camera in on Tim as he hands out our We Serve First Foundation Player of the Game. And Tim handed Brooke her t-shirt. He's trying to get her to center court here so I can get a good camera view of her. Sophomore defensive specialist for these Franklin Regional Panthers. What a comeback, keyed in large part by Fiorini and her excellent work at the service line. Really put her body on the line to help her Franklin Regional teammates pull out a victory here this evening after going down 2-0. Really a gutsy effort by Coach Fry's squad this evening. So thanks so much once again for tuning in to High Top Sports Network. Got some more volleyball throughout the week, of course, 4 varsity football games on Friday night. So be sure to continue to tune in to HTSN as we have coverage of your favorite local teams: Armstrong, Freeport, Knock, and Kiski area. Be another great night here on HTSN. Tomorrow night, no games going on, if you can believe it. Feels like that we have not stopped.
You still won? Yeah. She'd be interesting to talk to.
Well, of course she'd be interesting.
I'm going to give this to her. Here you go.
And I am joined right now in Kiski area press box by Franklin Regional head coach Rachel Fry. Coach Fry, wow, that's all I can say right now. Down 2-0, came all the way back and able to pull it off tonight.
Yep, it was insane. We were down 2-0. I walked over to grab my lineup, and I looked at Jody and I said, "Are you having fun yet?" Because I was genuinely confused. We were out of sorts. I just couldn't understand what the heck we were doing. And we made some switches. We pivoted a little bit. We got a little smarter. We got a little bit more gritty. And man, my heart is still beating louder than any of my thoughts. We showed up in the end, and that's how I wish we would have started the match, but we made it one heck of a match. And Kiski was ridiculously defensive, scrappy. I mean, I have to run and go tell Jody that at some point in time because that was insane. They were on everything. I mean, we made some pretty strategic pushes and tips, and they grabbed it all. It was impressive.
Talk to me about this match as a character builder for your team. I mean, back against the wall,
Yep.
really showed some spirit.
Yeah, so I kept saying, know your worth. We've been through some rocky stuff this season. You know, we were undefeated, and then we dropped 2 matches in a row in 1 week. It was a lot to handle. And so coming back from that, I said to them, maybe this is the way it was supposed to be. Maybe we were supposed to learn from those 2 matches and build our character from here, know our worth, play a competitive, gritty match, and just trust each other. Because there's been a lot of times that we make silly plays, and it looks like you don't even know what you're doing. And we show up, and we figure it out because we trust each other. And I really think that this match is going to teach us a lot going into another big match on Thursday. We play Greensburg-Salem at home, and we have to build off of this, continue where we left off as if the score was still 12-15 in a 15 or in a 25 set point match. We've got to find a way to keep going.
Talk to me a little bit about the emotions coming back to this court.
Man. Yeah, those are real. It was at one point in the fourth match, and I said this to the girls, and I'll try and hold myself together when I say it, but there was at one point I put my hand on my heart, and I was like, this place has so much emotion for me. And it's just so great to know there's a lot of people, up there paying attention and caring. And from, my best friend to Tim's wife to Jody's sister, there's just so much emotion in this dang place. And, you can't get away from it, but it's all good things. It's just so emotional coming into it as a coach and, not being able to do anything on the court and trying to explain those emotions to my girls. They get it. And, I put my hand on my heart and I was like, let's do this dang thing. Let's come back. Let's make, a great upset of down 2 to come back. And man, the emotions, as soon as we did that, I just felt like there was some type of cloud over us, allowing us to, sprinkling some rain on us or sparkle or whatever to give us some life in that last game, to bring us into another game to win it, 15-12. This place has a lot of memories for me. It is incredibly emotional, as you can tell. But we have such a great team, and showing up to my alma mater and figuring out how to fight out. We beat them 3-0 before, and we took them in 5, and that's what we were supposed to do. And I'm really proud of them.
Well, very excellent showing by you and your team tonight.
Thank you.
Really coming back and giving the folks out there who tuned in on High Top Sports Network a real treat. Gave us a treat. Gave myself and Tim a treat tonight. Really a wonderful match. Coach Fry, congratulations.
Thank you.
Coming back here, I know, as you said, very emotional place to come back to, and to be able to pull it all together and bring out the victory. Many salutations, congratulations, and good luck this Thursday against Greensburg-Salem.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
No problem. So that will do it for us here on High Top Sports Network. Thanks so much to Tim Toy and to Coach Rachel Fry for joining me here on the post game. We serve first foundation player of the game, Brooke Fiorini. An excellent performance by her and an excellent performance by the Panthers. Come back from 2 sets down to take this victory this evening. Make sure to tune in all week. See all the great stuff we have on High Top Sports Network. Remember, quadruple header WPIAL football on Friday night. Make sure to tune in to find your favorite game and your favorite team right here on High Top Sports Network. For Tim Toy, my name is Josh Regengast. Thanks so much for joining us. Stay safe. Be well.